Hello everyone, welcome back to a somewhat familiar face, I hope. Oh my god, it has been such a hot minute since I've filmed. I feel really awkward in front of the camera right now. I just need to get back into it, so just please bear with me in this video. If you guys have been subscribed to me for a little while, you would realize that I kind of just disappeared off YouTube. Didn't upload for like a month, I think it's been. Probably more now. I don't want to check because it makes me feel really sad and down on myself. I just really wanted to like say, hey, I'm here, I'm alive, and I'm back. And just like let you guys know where I've been at, what life has kind of been like for me at the moment before we get back into filming other videos, because I just would feel so weird if I just started filming other videos and I didn't say where I've been. Thank you guys for bearing with me during this time and sticking around, and just know that I love you all and I appreciate you all, and stay tuned if you want to see the rest of this video. I'm not really going to talk through what I'm using because I do just have a lot to talk about, so I'm just going to link everything in the description box, and if you guys have any questions about any of the products, just leave it down below and I will do my best to answer you as best as I can. But yeah, I just don't really want to focus on what I'm putting on my face because I'll just get distracted, and it's very tempting to like talk about what I'm using on my face as like a way of not talking about all the stuff I have to talk about. I want to keep it as much on track as possible because I imagine this video is going to be very all over the place. I want to film this video, but I also don't want to film this video because it's just so... it's just a lot. I don't feel like crying, but it's like, I guess I'm just so much more stressed out than I really thought that I was. It feels like really weird to be sitting down and like talking to a camera right now, so just bear with me guys. It's been a really long time since I filmed. I live with my sister and my brother-in-law now. I still live with Hamish, but if you guys didn't know, we moved again, so I guess that's like the first big thing that I need to talk about. Yes, these are like two ridiculous colors right now. This foundation is not my color, but I don't have any foundations that match me when I'm this tanned, so it makes a really light one and a dark one to like meet in the middle, so don't be alarmed. So if you guys have been following me for a little while, I feel like I need to just reintroduce myself again. Like, I feel like everyone's gonna be like, who the fuck are you? We moved from Sydney, so basically I used to live in Sydney for 3 years, and you know, that's kind of where all my YouTube stuff sort of took off. My partner was studying medicine there, and then he finished his medical degree and he got placed down in Wollongong, which is where we grew up originally. I feel like I cannot talk right now. Just like, I feel so fucking out of it. Oh my god. Basically, we had to move back home, which we thought wasn't going to be like our thing. And I think like one of the last update videos I left you guys with was us like moving, and like obviously I'd filmed videos since then because it's been about a year that we've lived down here now, but I guess like my last big like life update was like about us moving. I think it's definitely coming up to a year because I remember we got our first dog, Watson. If you guys remember, he was in a few of my videos. He was such a little rascal, literally the hardest puppy ever to look after. He's almost a year old now. He's like 1 in like just a couple weeks. When we first moved down, I was like really good with uploading. Well, not really good. I haven't been really good in a long time, let's be honest, but I was putting my videos up, I was still into it. And then we moved again, which I feel like I'm not explaining this very well, but it's like, it's been such a long time since everything happened. So I'm just trying to remember back to like the events that have gotten to me to like this point. We lived in our apartment that we got down here for 6 months until we had to move because of everything happening with Rona. Basically, the owners wanted to move back in, which really sucks. I did film a video about our move and just like explaining why we're moving and all this sort of stuff. I don't know if I actually ever put it up or if it was part of my moving vlog that I never fucking edited. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm going to go through all my vlogs I've filmed recently because I have been vlogging, but I just haven't actually sat down to edit. That's the thing, I've been filming, but I haven't been able to sit down and edit in front of a computer. I don't know what it is. I just like haven't had it in me. Like I just haven't had the drive, and it just seems like such a huge task to sit down and do that. Anyway, I'm gonna go through all that footage and I might end up doing like a where I've been series because I still want to upload those videos because I still put a lot of time into like filming them, and they were still like such big parts of my life, and I want to like share the memories even just for myself to look back and watch them. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in seeing them, but just have like a few really cool vlogs I think coming, so they're going to be like throwback kind of ones, which is why I'm thinking of doing it like a series of like where I've been. So it's kind of going to be like where I've been for like the past 6 months or however long it's been. It's been quite a while since I actually sat down and like filmed a video. I feel like it's been ever since we moved for the second time, because like I said, our landlord wanted to move back into our apartment. We had like a really cute little townhouse and I absolutely loved our place. It was like our first, like, it felt like a home. We had Watson, he was our first dog. Hamish was working after studying for so long, and I was living back near my family because this is where we grew up, and it just felt like we were home. Like, it felt like we were creating a little beautiful home for ourselves. Like, we had a little family, and basically the people that owned our place lived overseas, and then they wanted to come back. I think they got like an emergency flight back from like Brazil or something, wherever they were working. I have no idea who they are or what they do for work. I never met them because we did all our stuff through an agency. The agency reached out, they asked us how we'd feel, and we were kind of like, that's really sad, we don't want to move. And we'd just signed another 6-month lease at that time, so we were meant to be there for a full year. But they ended up making a deal with us. We just said, look, like, we'll be happy to move, because we knew we were going to have to move eventually anyway. And I was kind of like, look, let's just try and get it out of the way sooner rather than later, so we're not moving around Christmas, because that's when the move was going to hit. And just with everything going on in the world, I didn't want to have to deal with that. And I thought that it would be a good time to move because of everything happening. Like, the market was pretty cheap. We ended up asking them if they could do like a little deal for us. I think we said, like, would you guys be able to like cover the moving costs if we move within 6 weeks? And they offered us, I think it was 2 weeks rent free, something like that. It was a really good deal, and it was really generous of them to do that. But also, like, they were kind of putting us out by, you know, asking us to move, especially when our lease wasn't up. And like, we didn't have to move, we just, you know, decided that we would. So, you know, we kind of did them a favor, they did us a favor. And that leads us to here now, this new place that I'm living in. I am now living with my sister and her partner and Hamish and our dogs. So basically 2 couples renting together. So we've got like a little 3-story townhouse. Hamish and I lived in a townhouse before and we loved it. And then when we were looking for places, we were kind of like looking at like living by ourselves, but we thought like if the perfect place came up, we would live with Beth and Zach, just like as a way to save money. I just feel like with everything going on in the world, it was like the best decision at the time. We like looked at some houses and stuff like that, and nothing was really right. And then one of the places we were looking at, the real estate lady said that she had a couple of townhouses coming up, and we were like, okay, like, we'll have a little look, see what they're like. And she said like it's more likely for a townhouse to get approved to have pets than like a apartment building, because I think the strata works different. And that is how we got this place. So like I said, this is a 3-story townhouse. Bottom level is like the kitchen, the main living area, and like the laundry, and then we've got like an outside patio that wraps around. And we also have like a little front area, which we just turned into like a little spot for the doggies, and they have like a little fake grass. We got like this grass from Bunnings that's like antibacterial. It's called like Canine or something. I don't know if you guys have like ever used it before or if you've heard of it, but we're trialing that at the moment for them to poop and pee on. So I'm hoping that it goes well, and we hope that it doesn't get smelly or anything. You can get like this stuff to clean it, but we will just see. So we just made it into like a cute little area for them to play, because we don't have any grass here, so, you know, gives them like a little bit of grass to play on. We were thinking of doing real grass, but I just thought that was going to be like a whole ordeal and a little bit too hard. And you guys have probably noticed that I've been saying dogs rather than dog, which I'm going to get into, don't worry. So that's the bottom level, and then the second level is Beth and Zach's living area, and then they have their bedroom, and their bedroom has an ensuite. And then the top level, which is what I'm on now, consists of this room, which is my filming room, and my closet. It kind of has like an open closet on that side of the room. And then I've got like 2 little patios, really small, but they just let in a lot of light, and it's just quite nice to like have the air coming in throughout the day. And then we have a bedroom just through that wall there, and then we've got our own little bathroom as well. So the bathroom's not an ensuite, but this is the top level, so no one else really comes up here. It made the most sense to make this room my filming and work room, and then we just have a little bedroom that literally just fits a bed in it. This place is like a lot more below our means in terms of like what it's costing us. We're basically paying the same price as we were at our last townhouse when it was just me and Hamish, and that was split between 2 people, and now we're splitting that same price between 4 people. So it's a lot more affordable, and we're saving quite a lot of money. Hamish and I have made like separate bank accounts to save the money that we would have been paying on rent. So it feels like we're still paying the same amount of rent, but instead of that going to someone else, it's just going straight into our bank account. So by the end of like us all living together, we can look back and see like just how much we've saved. And that way, if we want to kill each other by the end of it, at least we know it's all been worth it. It's definitely been different living with people. I've never lived with anyone other than my family or Hamish. I like my space. I don't like sharing space. And lately I have felt like it's been getting to me a little bit. It's not even bad. Like I don't feel trapped or anything. I just like, it's not the same as when you live with just you and your partner and you can do whatever you want to the house. Like, I don't know if you guys understand what I mean. I don't even know if I understand what I mean. Zach's fine to live with. He's a personal trainer, so he's always like coming and going. My sister works in like the health kind of field, so she's at work every day, and Hamish is a doctor, so he's at work every day, so it's literally just me here. Zach's usually in and out, so I see him quite frequently. And because we do have the 3 levels, everything's really separate and it's like really quiet. Like I don't really hear people coming and going in the front door or anything like that. Like it's a pretty quiet place, surprisingly. And we don't really hear like TVs or anything on, which is like one of my biggest pet peeves when I lived at home. Oh my god, I hated when people had the TV turned up really loudly. And I really don't have any complaints other than like I just miss being able to walk around naked. Really loved doing that, and being able to film in any part of the house, because I used to always film in the kitchen and like walk around the house like doing my stories and things like that on Instagram. So I do miss doing things like that, but it's not a big deal. It's probably been about 2 months since we've lived here, I would say. Oh my god, I don't even want to look at the last time that I uploaded a YouTube video. I don't want to see the date. It makes me feel so guilty and depressed, and I just feel like a piece of shit. I don't really know like exactly why I stopped uploading. This video like isn't an excuse. It's just like kind of to explain where I've been, because I felt so silly just jumping straight back into videos and makeup tutorials and hauls and stuff without being like, hey, I'm back, because I kind of just disappeared and I felt really bad about it. Mostly just because I felt disconnected from my audience and you guys. I used to know everyone's names when you guys would comment, and I still will recognize them, but it just is different. Like I just feel like, I don't know, I just like lost my drive or my passion or something. It was really sad. I just feel like the move really threw me off a lot more than I thought it would. I feel like every move has kind of affected my work more and more than I've ever realized. I've moved 5 times in the last 4 years, so it's been a lot. It's been a lot. But I've just found it harder and harder to re-pick up my habits, and I've noticed it the most with this one. Plus, we moved around the corner. Like, we still live in the same area. We didn't want to move out of this area at all. We still drive past our old place all the time, and I don't think about it, but then when I see it, I'm like, damn, I miss that house. I just really loved it. It was really beautiful. It had such nice hardwood floors, and it was just like our little home, you know? I just felt like I was starting to get really settled in there, and then now I'm like living with family, and it's just not as settled as it would be when you're on your own. I've just felt like really unsettled and like lacking motivation and inspiration for videos. I stopped filming like makeup style videos a long time ago. Not really intentionally. I just like stopped like loving makeup as much. I don't do like the same kind of makeup that I used to. I used to do really heavy like glam and really bright colors and stuff, and I would just try and get like really creative with it. Like I was more of like a beauty guru, like that was my thing, and that was definitely the path I was going down. Like I wanted to be a beauty guru, and I feel like that's where all my followers came from, like me being a beauty YouTuber. And I'm definitely still a beauty YouTuber, but I'm a lot more in like the fashion space now, and my makeup is a lot more natural, just not as like colorful and creative. It's just more like regular everyday kind of makeup now. And I think it's mostly because of like how like long I've been on here. I've been doing this for like 5 years now, which is crazy, and I don't like to think about it because it makes me feel fucking old. I'm getting older and my tastes have just evolved a lot, and I just don't have the energy to like paint that on my face anymore. Like, I just don't want to do bright colored makeup on my eyes, and I feel like it doesn't sit the same as it used to. Like, I used to have a lot more, like, I still have a decent amount of lid space, but it used to sit very differently. I used to be a lot skinnier too when I started my channel, so I don't know, I'm just like not inspired to do that kind of makeup anymore. So I think that's why I had a big shift in like the amount of makeup tutorials I was filming, because I was kind of like, what the hell do I film if I'm not being creative? I guess I was trying to like navigate how I could still upload YouTube videos and have them not be boring when it comes to makeup, because I felt like they all looked the same. Like, I felt like I was just doing the same look all the time. It was different because all my videos used to be more just me sitting down and creating a look just for the sake of it, just because I wanted to do something different on my face. It was just like a really different creative process. Like, it wasn't just sitting down and painting a picture like it used to be. It was more like I should have transitioned into teaching people my tips and tricks for having my makeup look more natural and glowy and glossy as I was getting older, but I just wasn't used to doing that. That wasn't the style of filming that I typically did. So I guess I just lost like the motivation and the creativity and inspiration of it all, because I felt like I was being boring, and I think I was just getting in my head too much, and I was going through a lot. Like, oh my god, I feel like every year I have just gone through more and more in my life, and I have lost so much confidence in myself. It's weird because I'm the most confident in who I am as a person, the most content, I should say, in who I am as a person, but I am so insecure out of like awareness. I feel like I used to be like in denial of like my depression and anxiety, and I kind of just thought I was like the shit almost. Like, I was never cocky, but I think I just had a lot more confidence in my appearance and like my presence in social media and like the industry and everything. And then I think the catalyst was I had a really big relationship thing happen. Hamish and I went through a lot of shit, and I have touched on it before. I'm not going to go into details because it's just so long ago, and it's not really anyone's business but my own. But that was probably like 2018, I think. And yeah, we just went through a bit of stuff, and I feel like ever since then I've just been more aware of like my presence as a person. I think it just made me realize like life isn't perfect, and like that's okay. I think I learned how to deal with things more head on rather than avoiding them. I think I had to just go through a really rough patch in life in order to kind of like come out the other side a stronger and better person. It's really hard to explain without going into detail of everything. It's really not that bad. I have mentioned in a video, I will link it down below. It was all about like me starting medication for depression and anxiety, and I kind of did go over all of this, but I do just want to touch on it again because I feel like everything kind of leads up to like where I'm at and why I disappeared on YouTube for so long. And like I said, nothing crazy has happened. I haven't had any deaths in the family, like nothing huge or major. It's just been me inside my own mind, like struggling with how I see myself, just really questioning who I am as a person. When I was referring to 2018 when Hamish and I had relationship problems, I also had a friendship breakdown, which was one of the best things that I could have ever decided to do, was cutting that person out of my life. Some of their traits and habits and the way that they kind of treated people was rubbing off on me, and I just really didn't like the type of person that I was turning into because of that. It was one of the biggest things for me as well in questioning who I was as a person. I feel like once I came to terms with the fact that I have depression and anxiety and these are real issues that I deal with, and I couldn't live in denial any longer, it got so much worse. It's just like a lot harder to like sit down and film and like do the work that I used to be able to just do so easily. Kind of just went on a big ramble. Don't even know if I'm going to include all of that. I don't fucking know. But basically, I'm just fucking depressed. I'm not even sad all the time. I'm just flat. I think about things too much to the point where I don't do them. Like, I have so many career ideas. And even saying career ideas, I'm like, that's dumb. Career, like, you're not going to have a career. I just have such a negative voice inside my head. Like my self-talk is so negative. I always doubt that I can do things and have them come out as perfectly as I want them to. I just always feel like, what's the point? Like I have a certain business in mind that I want to start doing because it's something that I do every day for myself anyway, and I want to start, you know, selling a creative product to my Instagram, like make another Instagram for it and have it as like a little side thing that I just love to do because I love to do it. But even then I just haven't started it because I'm just like, it's not going to be good. Like they're not going to be good quality, even though it's good quality for me and I personally wear it all the time. But I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like I'm just so in my head, like I just need things to be as perfect as possible, and when they're not, I just decide not to do it altogether. I just find it so hard to get started doing things, and oh my god, I know this whole thing sounds like, oh, poor me, and I get it, I don't want it to sound like that at all, but I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys. I know I've got a really great job. I'm so lucky and I'm so privileged, and I know that it's my life, it's my experience, and you know, everything's relative. Just because I'm not on the streets or starving doesn't mean that my struggles aren't struggles for me. I just feel so much guilt because I'm like, you're so lucky to do this for a job. You're so lucky to have the things that you have and have family and friends and just have this career freedom. Like I just don't want to feel guilty anymore. I want to feel okay, like taking time off or not getting a task done. So I feel incompetent at tasks. I don't feel like I'm talented in anything. I feel like I can't achieve anything, and I feel like I don't deserve to achieve anything because I don't work hard enough to get it. I'm gonna go start seeing a psychologist again because I was at the end of last year until I moved, because she's like an hour away now, which is just too far to go. I just don't want to drive an hour. Plus I can't drive, I don't have my fucking license because I'm too anxious. It's just been a wild ride, okay? It's just been a lot of emotions and just fucking too much moving. Too many things going on. And honestly, just this year has been, can't even imagine how it's been for so many of you. I've been really lucky being able to work from home like I do. And like where I am, we're really untouched. We don't really have any cases here. No one has to wear masks. We're not like a hotspot. Like life is really normal in Wollongong, which I feel so lucky for. We did have like a bit of a lockdown for a while. But yeah, aside from that, life is like pretty regular right now. The only thing we really do is we have hand sanitizer out the front of all the shops, but unless you go into Sydney, it's so normal down here. It's really weird to feel like life is normal, but no, it's not. Anyway, I've just been down. I'm gonna go see someone about it. Like I said, I am on medication. I have been on it for a while, and that helps so much. I'm able to like let things go. I don't even remember the last time I cried. And I'm usually someone who cries out of like stress and anger. I don't even remember the last time I was like really angry or really sad. Like I don't get as like reactive as I used to be. And yeah, I love being on medication. I find it very, very helpful. I actually went and got a blood test the other day, which I never thought I would do. I honestly thought I would die before I got another blood test because I have a severe phobia of blood tests. I hate intravenous needles. Oh my god, that is like my absolute worst fear. Just a completely irrational fear, like total phobia. I hate it simply just because I've avoided it for so long. That's how I deal with things with anxiety. I just avoid things and hope that they'll go away, and they obviously never do. That's what I do, and then it turns into like full-blown fears that I can't handle. I honestly think that being on medication has just helped manage my anxiety so much more, because I didn't feel like that heart drop sinking feeling that you get when you're like I'm going to do something you really don't want to do and you're just feeling like super anxious about it. Like I didn't get shaky or anything. I didn't get sweaty. Like I don't know, I didn't get any of the anxiety symptoms. I just knew in my head that I was anxious, and I literally just like sat there and got it. I was so brave. Nearly passed out. Had to lay down, and I hated it. It friggin' hurt. Pinches. I don't care what anyone says. Blood tests hurt. I was like sitting there and she showed me my blood. She was like, is this you? Like she had to get me to check like my name on there. And I had a look at it and I was like, ew, that's my blood. They took like 3 vials of it, and then I was like, oh god. And I've never fainted before. She was like, do you feel like you're going to faint or be sick? And I was like, I don't know, I've never fainted before, I don't know what it feels like. And I was just literally like, I literally, in that moment, I just wanted to die. Like, I felt like dying would be easier than feeling like this. Like, I felt awful. Ugh, I wish that I had just passed out, because it just felt so gross. I felt so sick. I just wanted to pass out so I didn't have to feel like that anymore. It was so fucking weird. I'm going to insert a photo here just to show you how fucking dramatic I am and how much I hate them. And this was me, like, post almost fainting, laying there with my vomit bag, trying not to die. And then, yeah, within 5 minutes I got up and I left. So I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that. I had to get my blood tested because I'm freaking tired all the time, have no energy. Like, I just feel like it's getting to a point where I'm like, okay, this can't just be depression. Like, if this is just depression, I'm so much more depressed than I fucking thought I was, because I don't have energy, I don't have motivation, I can't stick to habits. I just feel like I am so, like, not out of breath, but like, we have 3 flights of stairs in our house, and when I get to the top ones, I like need to lay down. And I was like, I cannot be like this unfit at this age. Like, there is no way. Like, I've never been this unfit in my life. Walking up a hill and things like that, I'm so irritable when I'm doing it, and I just feel like I have no fucking energy. And it turns out that my iron stores are low. Go figure. Didn't see that one coming. So yeah, that's great. Now I have to go and get an iron infusion. More intravenous needles. It's going to be so fun. Not. I'm fucking dreading that. Absolutely dreading that. I'm doing that in like 2 weeks time. Kill me now. I'm actually going to see if Hamish can get an ADO, so he can come with me. So he can have the day off and sit with me while I do that, because I asked the doctor how long it was going to be and he said like an hour, and I was like, are you fucking kidding? An hour? I can't sit there with a needle in my arm for an hour. All I know is I have to do it because I'm sick of feeling this pee-pee all the time. I need to feel better. I'm not anemic, which Hamish was pretty surprised about. He just always thinks I'm anemic, and I'm like, why? Do I look fucking anemic to you? That's pretty rude. I'm not anemic, but I may as well be. Like, it's basically, if I leave it alone any longer, I'm just gonna keep dropping and it's not gonna be good. We got a bump at the stores, and apparently like iron infusions last a really long time, so I won't have to do it again for a while, which is fucking awesome, because I don't want to have to do this my whole life. I think I was always iron deficient, but I've probably made it worse over the years with like not eating much red meat and things. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my iron infusion. It's gonna be so not lit. Medication works wonders for me. It makes me do things that I literally would have talked myself out of doing so many times. So that's like the upside. I'm gonna go off camera real quick and just stick my eyelashes on, and I'm gonna come back with some big news. It's gonna be great. I'm back. I did my lashes. And I have my little surprise here. This is my little announcement. This is another reason why I have just been so tired and so busy recently. What do you do, Mummy? This is Winnie. This is Watson's new little sister. Oh my goodness. She just woke up from a nap, so she probably needs to go do a wee-wee. But I just wanted to show you guys her really quickly. I'm going to do a video like introducing everyone to her, like a proper pup date video, and I want to do one with Watson too, but basically this is my new little baby, and she's 9 weeks old and they love each other. Thank you. But this is a big reason why I have been so tired lately, and she was the best decision ever. I have no regrets, but it is a lot of work having a puppy, let alone having 2 puppies. So yeah, there's been a lot going on in my life, and this is one of many reasons why it's been so hard to get back into like a schedule and like building habits and stuff, because I've just been looking after this little bubba. Basically, Winnie was just sleeping the whole time while I was filming, but as you can hear, she's awake now, and her and Watson are starting to wrestle, so I'm gonna wrap this video up very soon, because basically once they start, they do not stop. They're crazy, but they love each other so much. I was worried that Watson would be jealous, and that's why I wanted to get him a little sister so soon after having him. But honestly, they get on like a house on fire, and it's like the best decision we ever made. So yeah, Winnie has been a big reason why I've been so like off lately. I just feel like I've had a lot going on. So like I had Aaron's engagement back when we could travel up to Brisbane from Sydney, which with COVID restrictions now we can't travel interstate, which really sucks because I miss her and I just want to go and see her. But I did see her for her engagement party, which was lovely. And I got really, really drunk, which I do not ever get drunk. So I was like so annoyed with myself, and it was really hungover. Apparently I was drinking tequila, which I do not ever drink tequila. So that was just gross. Totally unintentional getting that lit. I was just drinking wine, and then I don't know, I did a shot of tequila and it just went downhill. And I'm like such a lightweight. I don't even think I drank that much. I think it was just mixing drinks. And because I'm such a lightweight, it just hit me really hard. And then literally the day after I got home from being at Aaron's, we moved here. Like we went down the coast with my family just the other week, and before that we went to the Hunter Valley, which I vlogged that trip. I didn't vlog my family one because I just wanted to have family time, but I vlogged the Hunter Valley trip, and that was like really, really fun, really beautiful, and it was just such a nice getaway, which I've never been there before, so it was really nice to go. I feel like unless you have a job where you have to be on all the time and be present on camera and talk to like an audience, it's really hard to understand how difficult it can be to sit in front of a camera and talk to absolutely no one, because when I'm filming this, no one is here. It's just a really strange job sometimes, and you have to like really psych yourself up for it, and I just feel like I haven't been able to psych myself up for this for so long. I'm like shocked that I'm sitting down and doing this today, because I honestly just kept thinking like it was never going to happen. Like I was just so scared that I had lost like my mojo to film. Also, weight gain has been a really big confidence buster for me. I'm not like overly overweight or anything, but I have gained 10 kilos over my time on YouTube, and just over the last 6 months I've gained like 5 kilos, and before that I'd already gained another 5, so it's been in a very short amount of time that it has happened. Being able to look back on your videos and physically see where the weight has been gained, and just having a job where basically your life and your aging process is documented online is really strange sometimes, and it can be so detrimental to your mental health because no one should see their physical changes that in-depthly, and no one should look at themselves as much as we look at ourselves online. So that has been really, really hard as well, and I'm dreading. I've got some work coming up with some bikini brands and some gym brands and stuff, which is amazing, and I'm so excited for it. And I just feel like I've been really blessed lately with all the work coming my way, given everything and the circumstances in the world right now. Money stress, thank God, is not one of my biggest stresses right now, aside from getting my tax done, which I'm not even going to go there. I'm just so scared to take pictures in a bikini right now, and it's just nerve-wracking, you know, silly stuff that I'm in my head about that so it doesn't matter in the scheme of things, but just in my little noggin, it's been playing on me. So anyway, that's kind of been where I've been at. Just, I guess, feeling a bit down, flat, a bit insecure, and just not as confident in myself, just doubting my abilities, my talent. Yeah, just being a bit down on myself, really, just having like that negative inner voice and just feeling like I'm not good enough, like in comparison to like the new wave of influences that are kind of around at the moment. I'm getting older, you know, and I keep comparing myself to these like 23-year-olds, and I just need to realize that we're different. It doesn't matter. Anyway, guys, I just really wanted to do a quick, I don't even think this is gonna be quick, but just a quick little video just to kind of welcome myself back, let you guys know where I've been, where my head has been at, just a little hello before we get back into regular content, because I don't want all my videos to be like this. I feel like it's a little bit depressing to watch. I definitely still will be touching on mental health because it is something that is very important to me, and I think it's important that it's spoken about more often, but I just want a good mix of things. Hopefully you guys are happy to see me back. Hopefully you welcome me back with open arms. I'm sorry that I left you guys for so long. I feel so much guilt about it, but I have to just let it go, because if I dwell on it too much, I literally will cry because I feel so fucking bad for just not uploading. I feel like a piece of shit. I feel lazy. and I just need to stop saying those things about myself. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself, but I am going to be uploading just whenever I feel like I'm up to it. I really hope that you guys stay tuned and enjoy all my content that is to come. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching and just sticking around and being amazing and allowing me to have so much career freedom. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate you.